Yes, now, and welcome back to episode 145 of the Top Loaded podcast. And it's quite a interesting one. I had another episode recorded, it all corrupted, but don't you worry, there is an episode 145, and don't worry, the Christmas special next week is in the works and it's going to be a good one. So before we get into this episode, where I talk about some of the latest Tops news, a couple of events I've been to, and etc. Just a massive thanks yet again for the guys over at Third Down UK for powering up this episode of the Top Loaded podcast. Whether you need card supplies, custom card stands, great preparation kits, or whatever it may be, check out their website, head to their shop, or use the link in our bio and use TTP10 at checkout for 10% off everything. And the place to start is, like I just mentioned, Tops News slash the event I went to. So last Friday at the pop-up store at Westfields, London, the Fanatics Collectibles, presented by Tops, I think is the official name, held a event for the opening of Flagship, so the launch night of Flagship. Obviously, one of the lower end sets that Tops do release, a very good entry point into the hobby for new collectors. And before I talk about Flagship itself, there was a few talks prior to the actual launch of Flagship about the upcoming news for Tops for their upcoming 2025 calendar year. First one, Tops have come to an agreement with Johan Cruyff's family for him to be featuring a lot more sets. And the first set it will be a Barcelona set, which is coming very soon, which is great news for the hobby. Johan Cruyff, one of the most influential people in the history of the game. Being able to have more cards is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, sadly, he's no longer with us. So, unless they do a few more of the cutout autos, you might see some of them appearing. But obviously, a lot of them will be lovely parallel cards of the great man himself. Hopefully, now that's the agreement, that it would be nice to see some more Netherlands Johan Cruyff stuff. Obviously, it's a bit trickier with licensing how they're going to do it with the Netherlands team. But it would be nice to see a lot more Johan Cruyff stuff. Also, uh, George Best will be featured in a lot more cards for Man United, which is another great one for Man United fans or any Northern Ireland collectors out there, or even Irish collectors in general. But as of today as well, Tops have announced a new agreement, new licensing with Manchester United. Obviously, the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Dortmund, all of these teams had licensing agreements already, and they've now added Manchester United into the mix. Obviously, one of the biggest teams collectibles in the world, which is good to see, especially for you United fans out there. I know there's quite a lot of collectors out there as well. I'd be very happy with this one. As of the first release for the Man United licensing agreement will be the Man United fan set. So that's the ones that retail at $19.99. That's just like Flagship, which I will get into. Is a very good introduction point for people collecting cards. Normally are available in the club store as well. So giving people on a match day a chance of getting cards, one numbered parallel, and then one unnumbered parallel per box. Chance of autos. It's a good introduction, and like I say, no doubt there'll be team sets. There'll probably be I don't know what other format. Last year you had Arsenal Forever, you had Liverpool Lineage in the past, you've had Barcelona Chrome, you've had Juventus Chrome. So it'll probably be along the lines of one of them releases for Man United as well. And hopefully for you Man United women's collectors out there, hopefully they have the agreement as well for the women's team. However, of all the promo images / news that they've revealed so far, there hasn't been any mention of the women's cards. As I know quite a few people out there be looking for a Grace Clinton rookie. To name a few, obviously Ella Toon would be a first Man United cards as well. But going back to this Tops event and some of the news coming out of it, another piece of news coming from it is this new Chrome, when it does come out, will feature one-of-one cards. It's called National One-of-Ones, I believe. First of all, the design of it's lovely. But these will be, for example, the image they used was a Christian Pulisic for AC Milan. And the background of the card, where obviously normally it's just about, I actually do have a Flagship example here. So if people are watching along, this is like the Flagship / Chrome design for this year, which is, I think it's actually a lovely design. Where the red is in the background, and also the player image will be replaced by the team's flag. So obviously, if this Rodrigo was this new one-of-one parallel, it would have a Brazilian flag in the background, which I think is quite cool. It's definitely going to be a chase for sure. only one of one as well, which is a shame because I was hoping to be able to chase if Granit Xhaka gets one, or if that flag design does come into the women's chrome when it does launch. But being one of one is going to be a very big chase, especially if that is your main PC. Another piece of news, obviously, a lot of us grew up with Merlin before. So some people might not know, but the Merlin actual name and company was brought out by Topps. So it was a previous company done stickers, fantastic stickers, and obviously the Topps / Fanatics have taken over them. They brought out Merlin, Merlin Chrome, but now Merlin Ultimate is coming out. We haven't had any test pictures. We haven't had any promos yet of this one. It's just a set to be released. But for people who know of Merlin and what it looked like, they used to have a certain parallel of sticker in there, which was like a shiny background with a big club logo and a player on top of it. That will be the rough design, we've been told, which I think it'll be lovely because I think the old Merlin stickers, you can't be beaten. Obviously, this is going to be a card format, so it'll be interesting how it crosses over because obviously it won't be exactly the same. Plus, Topps always put their twist on it. So that's definitely one to keep your eyes out on in 2025. I'm quite looking forward to that set as well. Moving on to the next one, Topps Dynasty is returning, which I was quite surprised about that they're going to go along a yearly route for Dynasty. I really thought they might do it every few years, but it's quite intriguing now they're going for the yearly one. Obviously, they do the same with MLB, with Formula One. So, but Topps Champions League is returning for 2025. So hopefully they would have learned a bit about this dynasty and some of the players that do not sell. But then my counteract to that is this one was meant to be out in 2022, I believe. So hopefully it'll be a bit more up to date. Most players in their current shirts. People have actually signed. Obviously, I know there is some troubles with certain people at the moment getting them to sign, but the dynasty is returning. And moving on next now to Flagship. Okay, most people say, yeah, Flagship is Flagship. Before I get into what I think about the prices of the boxes, it's in three formats this year. You have your regular hobby box, which is a number or relic per box, I believe, a blaster box, and then this year the new new format into the world of thing is hanger boxes. So it's an even more affordable option for people who want to get into cards. So your hobby box, I believe, is in the £90 area. Your blaster box is 25, and the hanger is either 10 or 15. Like I say, I think it's quite good that they're introducing more formats, more affordable ways of being able to collect cards. And the good thing of how they've done it, obviously, it's not going to be the same as hobby. You're not guaranteed an auto, but your case hits still apply in the more retail formats. So I'm just going to show this card off. Obviously, this is the design again for Flagship. This is a red lava parallel. I think it's going to be an absolutely fantastic design of cards. It's just a very nice, clean design. But you can imagine this in chrome is going to be very, very nice. And then for people who haven't seen the back, here is the back as well. But no, I've had a bit of personal hands-on experience with Flagship at the event, ripped a couple of packs, and it's one of them that personally, would I buy a hobby box of Flagship? No, personally not. But it's definitely a good way of introducing people into the hobby. But then my counteract is it the best price set? No, it's quite an intriguing talking point. And I'm going to get into this now about the price of boxes. And £90 for Flagship in the boom, no problem. You could make quite a bit of money off a Flagship box. Chrome as well, obviously was in the hundreds, and that's 240 area. So my question is, and I don't know how people feel about this, they might think I'm talking a load of rubbish, which is fair enough, but I really do think Topps and Fanatics need to look at the box prices. We know we always say about, can you make money off of a box? But you got to remember, prior to the boom, obviously some people listening to this wouldn't have been in the hobby prior to COVID and everything like that. But a Premier League Chrome box, Champions League Chrome box, prior to the boom was £85, £90. So that might shock a few people to spending. Flagship now is the same price of what Chrome used to be. Okay, it's one of them that, oh yeah, but it should be worth more. However, them prices were good because you had chance of making your money back, or if not making profit. If you was breaking it, you didn't have to charge extortionate amounts to be able to return your investment as well. So if I don't think anyone would bat an eyelid, and I know Tops obviously want to make the most amount of money as possible. It's a business, we understand this. However, people have got to remember in the calendar year of 2025, obviously the season 2024, 2025, there's no Lamine Yamal to absolutely carry products. Let's be frank here that last year, Lamine Yamal's prices done an absolute solid to the market. Just have a think last year of what rookies there were to chase. How many of you people out there would have been buying boxes or chasing people at their prices it was if Lamine Yamal was not in there? Yamal was taking sometimes 60% of the overall break price because he was the person to chase. Whereas if we fast forward now to Flagship, Lamine Yamal only has base. Just base. No autos, no inserts, anything. Just base. And you're looking at the rookies. Okay, you have Ethan Wanyeri for Arsenal. Fair enough. I'll give him credit. There's a couple of Tottenham guys. Bergvall, I think he is. Archie Gray. Then there's a couple of other rookies as well. But there's no, like, Lamine Yamal, who started in the Euros final, was starting for Barcelona. There's no rookie of that quality yet. Obviously, 3 years down the line, we might look back and go, wow, actually, you know what? This was a good rookie class. But this rookie class is not as strong as last year. I personally think one of the biggest mistakes Fanatics made last year was at the end of the year, why would you put Victor Gyökeres in Merlin Chrome? Like, don't get me wrong, lovely cards. But save him for this year's rookie chase. There needs to be a big name. Obviously, now Victor Gyökeres, that's just second year cards. That could have been at least one rookie for people to chase. So it's one of them. Will people want to buy a Topps Chrome hobby box this year at £240? Will they want to buy Flagship at £90? Will they want to buy Deco when that comes out? My question is, do they need to have a look at the prices? Do they need to check? And in my personal opinion, yes, they do. I just think it's one of them that, yep, they tailored it to the inflation of the boom and how many people were buying cards, how much money was in the market. But now distributors, shops, Tops themselves are struggling to sell out certain sets, and it's going to keep going on like that with high prices. So I would love to see Tops and Fanatics look at prices. It's the same with Panini, but with their American sports, it's a bit different because there is the demand for them, whereas soccer products, there's just not the same demand. So that's going to be something to watch going forward in the calendar year 2025. Will they keep the price the same? Will they change it? But moving away from Flagship now, which I think is a solid release for anyone in the hobby, and there's another set that recently come out, which was PDC Darts. A very well anticipated product, I would say. A lot of darts fans out there, obviously, for myself, massive darts fan. PDC World Championships have started as well. I haven't seen much of it ripped yet. I've been in a couple of box breaks here and there. I will be in a case break this upcoming weekend with dub breaks. But it's one of them products that it's a niche market, and it kind of applies to my PCs now because two of my main PCs is England Cricket and Team GB. That it's a smaller market, but these prices have been doing very well to begin with. I know it's one of them on release prices will always do better. It's just natural. But I'm seeing Luke Littler. Obviously, we're talking about that is like a Lamine Yamal chase, for example, in darts. Lamine Yamal, Luke Littler to 50s doing a couple of £100. Auto's doing a few £100. Phil Taylor Auto's doing a few hundred. It's because this is the inaugural set. The Luke Littler set apparently is shipping this week. So anyone out there who managed to secure a Luke Littler box, it is coming this week, hopefully. With a lot shorter print run than what people are expecting, but that is coming this week. So the PDC Dart set is the inaugural set. They managed to bring it out before Luke Littler. So his true rookie is his PDC one. Obviously, on-card autos from Loot Litter set still be fantastic. However, the PDC is the first one. And you've got to think as well, that set, if you're opening it, it's pretty much everyone's first ever card. It's one of them sets which is really cool. There's a load of great names in there, from current players to ex-players, world champions, great looking inserts. I haven't got hands-on experience with the card yet to be able to report quality and all of that. But from what breakers have been saying, they're actually quite impressed by they're actually a thicker card stock. Still paper, but a thicker card stock, which is great to hear. So I'm very much looking forward to hopefully hitting a few cards in a break, getting them in hand and seeing what they're like. But my skepticism of the collector's box and the premium box is still standing. Of the collector's box at £85, £75, or whatever it is, I still think is a crazy price. I think that's too expensive still. Okay, you get, I think it's 1 to 2 numbered, 2 to 3 numbered, 1 to 2, I believe, numbered, and you get a few pink non-numbered parallels. That box, in my eyes, should be 40 to 50 quid. And I think people would generally sell it out at 40 to 50 quid because for an extra 50 quid at the moment, you're getting guaranteed auto. So there's no sensible gamble. That might as well just do it. As it's seen by the Panini website, where the boxes are still available for the collector's one, but the premium one is completely sold out. But like I say, the set is looking fantastic. The bullseye case hits look fantastic. It's just good to see a different sport being represented in cards. No doubt there's a few people listening along here that will be participating in breaks, whoever they're chasing. Obviously, our good friend Lav chasing Stephen Bunting. My main chases will be Florian Hempel, Dirk van Dojeboda, and Ross Smith, which would be quite a cool one. Obviously, you end up picking up a few other players here and there if they're grouped up in spots. For example, I've taken Ricky Evans in the case break as well. But that's what I'm saying. The darts is looking very good. The World Championship's underway as we speak. So it should be an interesting time to watch the prices of them. For example, Mike Dedecker, who's one of the big rookies in my eyes. I would argue say the second best young player in the world behind Luke Lit Up, went out first round. Magic of the darts. So it's going to be another very intriguing one to see. Moving on to F1 now. There's been a couple of releases. So it's before I talk about an upcoming release, which I believe is out this week. Paddock Pass, Paddock Club, whatever they want to call it, come out last week, and I've got to admit, obviously, I'm not the biggest guy into F1 anymore. I've still followed the news, but I've kind of given up with the sport a bit. They have missed an absolutely massive trick with Paddock Pass. The hobby boxes are retailing at £115, and it is a paper product. Why they have made this paper product, I do not know. They've missed a massive trick. Stadium Club Chrome is such a good release. It's good looking cards, good designs. People want to buy it. So they have brought out Paddock Pass, and it is paper with inserted Chrome cards. So they've thought of an idea of, let's make a Stadium Club card stock for F1, but let's make it paper. They've got to realise by now, people just don't want paper cards. I think there's 3 formats of that one. I think it's Hobby, Mega, and Blaster, or whatever terminology they want to use this time. And I believe the Blaster is like two Chrome cards in it. The next one up was like 4, 5 Chrome cards, and then the Hobby one's like 7 refractors. I just don't get why you wouldn't release this set as Chrome, unless it's excuse me, a predecessor of they're going to bring out Paddock Pass Chrome down the line, but I can't see him bringing out that and Chrome. Like, why would you bring out both? If anyone ever does listen to this at Tops, trust me when I say Chrome, just make it Chrome. It would have gone down so much better than what it has been. In the top store, I think a couple of times I've been in there, I think I've seen one box be bought. That was our good friend, one of the good friends of the podcast, who ended up hitting it to 25 Schumacher from the box, which is nice. However, if it was Chrome, you'd be like, oh, that's going to be some decent numbers. Paper-wise, probably half the price of the box, I can only imagine. So, yeah, it's one of them. But there is a new release coming out this week, which is F1 Chrome LogoFractor boxes. I believe I think it's F1 Chrome LogoFractor, what it's called. I personally believe this could be one of the releases of 2024. They are priced at £50 a box. You get, I think it's six base F1 Chrome packs, and then you get 2 LogoFractor packs, which is 5 cards per pack, 2 numbered per pack as well. A potential 3 if it's an insert. All the Chrome base cards in it are with the F1 logo, like foil all over it, which is a very, very nice looking card. And then the parallels, exactly the same LogoFractor design, and you can get green to 99, gold to 50, orange to 25, black to 10, red to 5, and then I believe a Superfractor 1 of 1. Priced at £50, and you get a minimum of 4 numbered cards. So, all right, F2 and F3 in there. Obviously, principals are in there as well. But if you're opening a box and your minimum you're paying is £12.50 per numbered card, it is worth a gamble. If you get a Lewis Hamilton, it's probably going for 30, 40 quid alone. So these are going to be such a good release when they do come out. I do believe it's today. So this is of Wednesday of this coming out. If it is and there's some available, I would recommend, if you're an F1 fan or even a car fan, grab a box if possible. Grab a box if you can, because they are a fantastic looking card design. If you want to have a look at a closer look at these, if you head over to the Soccer Cards United guys page, they have a video of an unboxing of one. Heavily recommend it. I think it's going to go down as the best F1 release of the year, and one of the better releases in general within 2024. Just looks stunning. Very, very pleased with the looks of it. I'm not an F1 fan anymore, but I would consider getting a box. That shows you I must think it's good. So would recommend that, especially at the £50 price mark. Another talking point I wanted to talk about, actually, and it's regarding PSA and their specials at the moment. For anyone who's not following along, for the festive period, they do specials anyway throughout the year, normally monthly specials, but during December they do some more. So, for example, one of them was Value Plus at £25, which I've sent off 8 cards on that one. They done a PSA regular, which it took it down to about 55, I believe. And now they've got a $5 off ticket grading, which I'm going to take up the options, which I'm going to show you off here, which is my PSA ticket submission, which I'm going to be sending off it very shortly, actually. So for people who don't know, ticket is a long turnaround, very long turnaround. I think it's up to 50 working days or 90 working days, something like that. So don't expect them to come back much quicker. But the tickets I'm going to go for, I'm sending off 6. You're going to probably say, why are you sending off 3 of the same ones? But all of these tickets are either mine personally or one of my dad's tickets. So all have sentimental meaning on it. But first of all, I might as well get all 3. We have 3 2006 Champions League final tickets in Paris. Sadly, Arsenal did lose that game 2-1 to Barcelona. Arsenal's only ever Champions League final. Will we get to another one? Who knows? But it's just a sentimental moment, being at that game, being there with my parents as well. So I'm going to get all 3 of them done. Moving on now to one of my dad's teams, which I absolutely love, which I want to get graded, which is this one. Manchester United versus Arsenal, Saturday, 13th of April 2002, which is the day that Arsenal won the league at Old Trafford. Well, actually, the game was rearranged from the Saturday to another, I think, midweek. So it's the original ticket, but it was still not like now they will reprint it. It's just these ones. So that will be going off. Obviously, Arsenal win the league at Old Trafford. And then look away, Tottenham fans. But this one is a absolute precious ticket for the collection. Tottenham versus Arsenal, 2004, the day that Arsenal won the league at White Hart Lane, drawing 2-2, Patrick Vieira and Robert Pires. And then the last ticket is one of my own tickets, and it's a significant moment in Premier League history. This one is Brentford v Arsenal from the 2022-2023 season, and this is the game that Ethan Nwaneri made his Premier League debut, becoming the youngest player in Premier League history, and obviously Arsenal history at the same time as well. So I'm going to get them sent off. I think it's just really nice to encapsulate moments of history. with the tickets. It's a slow process, but I'm going to be doing a lot of my personal tickets. I just think it's going to be nice to protect them because paper tickets are very vulnerable to discoloration and damage because they're just paper. So over the next 5 to 10 years, I will slowly grade pretty much all of my tickets of importance. And don't worry, this is the last normal episode of 2024. So famously, I actually do have a mail day as well for everyone. Arrived today from America. So I've got it's a bigger one to be fair. Just mailed a few breaks, few purchases. So just going to run through these quickly. And a couple of Euro Chrome breaks. So nice green lava granite Xhaka. And then a granite Xhaka Auto as well from Eurochrome. I actually think these cards are very nice, very underrated card design. Then a couple of Chastity Grant, who now plays for Aston Villa women. Picked her up in a break for literally like $3. Then a couple of singles as well. Esme Brute's Inferno rookie from Chrome. And Nicole Anyomi, Orange Rome Refractor. Then a few New York Rebels cards for the collection. A nice patch, match-worn patch of Lloyd Sam, and a white sparkle from Copper America Prism, Carlos Coronel. And then, excuse me, moving on to a couple more singles, a few older MLS Tops Now cards. This one here featuring Bradley Wright Phillips as he becomes the all-time leading scorer for the New York Rebels. And then also, New York Rebels dominate NYCFC and New City Derby with Sasha Kleshton and Bradley Wright Phillips. Then moving on to a lovely Granite Xhaka Zebra out of 25. And then a few, obviously, people know me now, know that my chase this year mainly was Rosa Kafaji and Wendy Renard. So I've got this lovely gold sapphire auto in a break. And in the same break, managed to get a Queens of Football black sapphire Wendy Renard. And then obviously, it can't be a mail day without a Rosa Kafaji. Rosa Kafaji orange sapphire to 25. Then I have picked up 3 slabs as well. These were on the cheap side, which makes no sense, some of these prices. Corvantina, the rookie for Leon Rose Gold Auto, PSA 9, which I got for $7. And then this one, it's quite a high print run. It's not numbered, but I just think it's a really cool card. PSA 9 Tops Now, Steph Curry and Lionel Messi. 2 of my favorite sportsmen of all time. I've seen Messi on multiple occasions, which I'm very fortunate, and recently see Steph Curry before this Olympic Games as well. And then last but not least, another one for the PC, Danielle Vanderdonk to 10 from the Aitana Bonmati set. So yeah, it's a nice little mail day. There's a few more Tops GB cards en route and etc. But obviously for next week, it will be a Christmas special. So it's going to be a bit different. We'll be having a few guests on, have a drink, just have a good chat about cards. And then our episode in between Christmas and New Year will be the look back on 2024, different sets, cards, and everything like that. But like I say, it's been a fantastic 2024 for content and cards. 2025 is going to be a big year. So I'd like to know out there, drop me a DM on either RP Trading Cards or on the Top Loaded Podcast of what shows you're going to try and get out to next year. I'm looking obviously at the London card shows. I'm hoping to get out to Dublin card show, which would be a lovely one for the cards and for the Guinness. But it's going to be an interesting year. I plan to start doing some more video content as well of small reels on the Instagram page / maybe YouTube videos. So if that is the case and anyone wants to see more content, what kind of content are you looking for out there? Because there's so many good guys out there at the moment putting out content. Is there anything in particular you'd like to see? Because I'm definitely interested in doing more content, helping people out into the hobby. But like I say, a massive thanks yet again for every single person out there who has tuned into this shorter episode of the Top Loaded Podcast before our 2 bump along specials come out within the next 2 weeks. So I hope everyone out there is having a lovely festive period if you do celebrate. If you're having any Christmas parties or anything, have a great time, relax, enjoy yourself. Most importantly, hope everyone out there is staying safe, doing well, buying, selling, trading, and all that good jazz. But most importantly, happy hobbying and good night.